Hey Converge folks, so I got these four models I reviewed before. We have a HWS a new Gundam HWS is from Core 004. That's a Converge figure number. This is plus 006, the booster S Gundam. Plus 007 is the O, or the 0. I don't know if it's an O or a 0. And then Gottrlatan is 008. So these three came from the same wave, and that wave was part of this, the plus 02 wave. And so part number plus 009 is the option parts for all four of these figures. So the other ones were here. I didn't get 005 because I'm pretty sure this is the same exact mold. It's just this has a different blue, whereas this has more black. So I think the parts for this will probably fit in that. I could be totally mistaken. We're going to find out. So this whole wave came out in 2021, by the way. So let's get this thing open, and yeah, we'll see how we do here. Some instructions, so that's nice. Yeah, that 2021 gum's already starting to blacken. There's some weird stuff going on there. Alright, so this bag here, I don't know if they're all mixed and matched or if the bag has to do with each different robot. But I'll cut this up and just put this in a pile next to it or something. Let me get this camera up higher. So a bunch of hands. They do have markings on the hands though. So maybe they're specific to different robots, so one fell. So these are the beam sabers for the O. It's supposed to be the wheeled 4 beam sabers. I don't know what's going on in that cardboard thing. Ah, I see the actual arms. Yeah, so that gum's only a few years old, but it's starting to brown and discolor, so I'm not going to chew on that thing. Alright, let's start with the HWS. So the HWS, it has a bazooka and a hand, and then the rifle, 2 beam saber like arm extensions that fit up underneath those armor flaps. The question is, does this core have those flaps? I don't know. Let's find out. Maybe some poster buddy to mount it. Oh, no, it does not. So it seems like the core one is a different figure entirely from this Plus series. But, well, you know what, I'll still cut them off and we'll see what it was supposed to look like. So they painted a nice matte finish gunmetal color, but this beam saber itself is a nice translucent blue, so it's pretty nice. And this thing will pivot around, and maybe that's it. Okay, here's an image of the actual model kit, you know, with these sabers under here. But yeah, I can see there's no way for me to put these up in here. There's no peg hole. But you know, I'm not that bothered by it, because I think it looks weird to have beam sabers just sticking out on the bottom like that. I mean, actually I'm not going to throw these out, but, or maybe they'll be coming, maybe I could put them on a different figure entirely someday. Alright, well, that was a bust for this one. Or who knows, maybe I'll actually pick up the plus 005 if I can get it cheaply enough. Why is that not going in there? Even though there's a peg, I find that when I lift it up by the figure, sometimes the stand comes off. That's why I use poster board putty if you're curious. And then this is annoying, but once I detail this up with some paint wash, I'll probably just crazy glue it in place here. So for now, it's just gonna have to, we'll just remove that entirely since these parts aren't gonna work. Or, well, hold on, this bazooka I guess that could theoretically work. It does say hand number 1, so yeah, these hands, that's the number 3, number 4, number 2, and this is number 1. Yep. So this goes there. Just going to tear that off because it's just going to end up in the forearm anyways. Let's take this hand off entirely. So at least that will work. Nope, not really well though, because look, the bazooka is not even close to being on top of the shoulder. It's just a different angle. Yeah, so I'm afraid, yeah, this mold of this core is totally different than the Plus. So another piece that will not work. Alright. What is next? We have the Sentinel, this EXS or S Gundam with the booster legs. So it has a hand number 2 and possibly number, what's that one? Oh, these are steps. Remove the original hand, add hand 2 in the rifle. So yeah, this is the way this Plus 006 came. It just came with 2 fists, which is kind of weak. You know, I was kind of annoyed. So in order for it to have this weapon, I'm gonna need, you gotta buy this option part set. So it's actually a pretty massive weapon. I mean, it's quite long. It looks like almost like a 1/6 scale weapon. I'm assuming that's supposed to be a bipod, but it's molded as one piece. And a little side optic there. It's warped. I might have to put that dip in hot water later. Alright, where's hand number 1? Nope. I guess there's that one for the... Alright, let's take this hand off. Well, I don't think it's hand number 1. I think it's a different hand. Oh, sorry, I'm looking back at the wrong page. It's hand number 2 after all. My bad. Okay, tear that off. I think those are different metallics. This looks grayer than that. This is picking up some purple or something. Yeah, let's look at this. See, the back of the rifle, you know, it's colliding with the bicep area, so you gotta pose this off to the side or something. That's kind of weak. Yeah. It also has additional booster tanks, which is kind of nice. So somewhere up in the back of this thing, yeah. So that would explain that giant rectangle that was there. Okay, well that's a nice addition. Those little booster tanks are nice to see. But this is really not well thought out. This, the angle of this hand should have been down more maybe. So it could be more like that. But that just doesn't look natural the way it is. But, because now we got this colliding up here. Well, anyways, that's kind of what it's looking like. We have next, we have the O. Okay, so I'm going to break these things off. Oh, that's a joint. Interesting. So yeah, this thing actually pivots. Very cool. I like how Bandai is able to mold joints, you know, in one molding somehow. Or maybe there's someone put this together, I'm not sure. It's well painted though. You got this, sorry, losing focus. I got the red there, the yellow, these hands here, they're gunman, they're like a metallic, as well as the elbows. Okay. I'm guessing it doesn't really matter which side these go in, or maybe it does. The peg holes are a different size. That's kind of weird. I don't know why they do that a lot of times. Alright, well, you can obviously pivot these arms in and out, up and down. Obviously it's not going to stand like that though. Get those hands in a more up position. Okay. And then, what else? Hand number 1. I was looking at the wrong page. Sorry. Hand number 3 and hand number 4. Okay, so it's these giant hands that have like a purplish hue to them. So this weapon can go away for now. That hand can go away for now. Alright, so now he just looks like a crazy boxer, you know, with 4 hands. And it looks like all these beam sabers are the same. That's really tight. What's going on with that? Let's try the other one. That doesn't seem right. Are these different after all? I think they're all the same. Maybe we gotta do this off. Maybe this is the top. Wow, that's so tight it's gonna, I think it's gonna scratch the paint off, see? There's nothing in this saying there's a different sword from a different sword, right? It's just random. They're not marked. So, alright, well, I guess you just gotta jam it in one time and never take them out again. But that is so tight, I feel like I'm gonna break the handle. Oh man, I think I'm going to take a nail file to this hole. So let me come back. So I have this little round jewelry file, and there's just a tiny little nub in there that was causing all that problem. And I actually sanded this one a little too loose. It's actually very loose now, but this one's quite tight. So anyways, let's get this back on here. This side here and this side here. Okay, well, how to pose this? This way and that way and this way and that way. Alright. The last one is this Gottrlatan, where right now this backpack has a giant cannon and it's supposed to flip over the person's or the robot's shoulders and then become a mega beam cannon of some sort. So, I guess that would probably come off. Yeah. Now, look at this. Oh, yeah, it's like a transformer. Whoa, this thing's crazy. It's actually got a clear green, like, optic display screen and stuff. Oh, it's also scaled completely different. Right? It's a much bigger toy model or something like that. So the paint is generally, it's all the same paint. It's just that this is scaled up. So that's quite interesting. They would scale it up, but I guess they had to clear the body of this thing. Got some interesting black details in there. Gunmetal here. This is for the stand, and it also has like some text printed on there as well. Now the question is, how does it actually go on? I gotta take the head off. And I think this is the top. Oh, I see. You have to, these shapes peg right into the back. And those arms come down. Well, I want this to be vertical though, but, oh, I see. So you can take it out of that groove. And then there's a different groove. So now I can make that vertical. I feel like that's going to get lost, so you might want to glue that in place. Now I guess we're going to have to lose this weapon. So, sadly, there are no more hands. It would have been nice if they gave you an extra open hand. Let's see if this hand will even get around this grip. I don't think it's gonna... well, I don't know. Let me maybe take the hand up here, put it on the handle here, and then see if we can get that into the arm. No, unfortunately, I don't think yeah, that hand's gonna grip that very well. So that's too bad that they didn't give you 2 extra hands to allow this thing to actually grip, you know, this cannon here. It's just like you can get it close. That's really weird that they wouldn't do that. Yeah, that's too bad. I mean, I so wanted to grab the actual handle of the weapon. It's almost like it'd be better maybe if it didn't have handles at all, so then it wouldn't look so weird, you know? But it's cool that that is translucent green. You know, you can see the face through it. Very neat. And then, yeah, if you wanted to, this is another kickstand for it, but there's no reason to have this, in my opinion. It's perfectly fine as long as you use this base stand. But I guess if you don't use the base stand, then you would probably want to pop that kickstand in there. Alright. So there's one piece left here, and it turns out it was for this Gundam back here. This has to do with the weapon. So there's actually a peg hole here in this figure, and it's saying guess this has to go in here because it's round. But then says it goes up to the gun. What else? It's weird. Hold on. I guess it goes in right here. I see. Oh, right now you can see it's just to the side of the forearm. But this makes no sense. It is specifically saying that you should put hand number 2 onto the grip of that gun. See, so there's quite a bit of a gap, but maybe it'll work. Let me force this into the torso. Okay, so it will work. So that's to help it, for you to look exactly where that hand needs to be in order for the stock of that rifle to actually clear. So it's pointed at an angle, you know. So, alright, that's nice to have. Well, let me get these things spinning. So I guess it's nice that they have this option pack. You definitely don't need these pieces, except for in the case of this one. I feel like this should have had that rifle just standard, because it's really weird to have a war robot with no weapon in its hand, right? But these are clearly options that you don't necessarily need, but those smart marketing guys. I am probably gonna have to go back and probably get that other HWS, because now I know the mold is quite different. So, well, I guess stay tuned for that one later on. Thank you for watching today. I'll see you in the next Converge video.